So I felt like now would probably be a good time to talk about this. Sup, I'm Denzel, and these are my wacky thoughts. To me, communication is probably the most important thing in life. It's important in sports, it's important in relationships, it's important in business. Really, it's important everywhere. And the reason for that is simply that everyone experiences the world slightly different. The way I look at life can be far from the way you do it. And it doesn't make it better or worse, it just makes it different. Before we dive deeper into the topic though, it would be awesome if you'd quickly like the video and sub to the channel for the YouTube algorithm. As you might have guessed, I'm mixed. Dad's from Congo, mom's from the Netherlands. And although I will immediately say that the Netherlands, and The Hague especially, is a great place to grow up in diversity-wise, I still had my fair share of encounters with prejudice and negative preconceptions. Both ways. And when talking about why we need to communicate, I feel like these two are some of the most poignant reasons. Let me start off by saying this though. I don't think prejudice, no matter how extreme, necessarily makes someone a bad person. Is it wrong to judge someone you've never exchanged a word with simply on the color of their skin? Yes. But can it be understandable? Also yes. And let me try to explain where I'm coming from. Our beliefs are very malleable, especially at first. When we're young, we try to soak up as much information as we can and basically try to explain the world around us with that information. What that means though, is that our belief of how the world works is very reliant on, well, the world we live in. If while growing up you get taught that black people are less evolved and shouldn't be allowed the same rights as white people, or if you were taught that all white people think like that, and those are the only things you ever hear or see of those people. To me it makes sense that when you then actually see someone of the other color for the first time, they disgust you. It's really unfortunate, but to me it's not surprising. To use an analogy, when we were younger we believed in Santa Claus. Now, sorry for the spoilers kids, but he's not real. But can you really blame any kid for believing in him? I mean, until a certain point, everyone in our lives acted like Santa was real. You could see him in movies and commercials, all your friends believed it was real, and in the event that you would have doubts, your parents would be there to logically explain them away. What I'm trying to say is, if your whole world was trying to make you believe Santa was real, how could you not? So, if your whole world believes that the other color is bad, how could you not? I'm not gonna lie, that line of reasoning kind of makes me sad, but at the same time the analogy also gives me hope. After all, how many adults do you know still believe in Santa Claus? And that gets me thinking, why do people even stop believing in Santa Claus? I asked around a bit on my Instagram, and apparently most people had a similar experience to myself, where they started doubting Santa Claus because of the things they heard from other people. Communication with people who had other beliefs about the world made them change their own beliefs about the world. And this is why communication is so important. As I said earlier, our beliefs and worldviews are very reliant on the world we live in. And by talking with people who have other beliefs and views, that world can actually grow. Now, I don't mean that in a way where you just thoughtlessly absorb everything you hear, but more... Actually, let me just try to give an example. I am a rather opinionated person, so I will probably have an opinion on most topics. I don't know everything about most topics though, and I haven't thought about them all from every possible angle. So when someone confronts me about one of my opinions, they can likely shine a light on something that I haven't thought about yet. Now that in itself might not be enough to immediately change my opinion, but it will at the very least change my perspective a bit and help me understand that the way I look at the topic isn't the only logical way to look at it. And I think that is really important to remember. No matter how well read I become on a certain subject, I will never be able to look at it from every possible point of view. Because, well, I am only one person, and so I only have one point of view. My own. Only by communicating with other people will I get to look at things in new ways. And only by having looked at a subject from different angles will I be able to really understand it. Look, you're not me and I'm not you. We don't have all the same likes and taste, probably share some opinions and differ in others. We might have different norms and values, and we probably have a different way of interpreting the world around us in general. But that's not a negative thing. That's something amazing. Because when we combine our different interpretations, we get to see and understand parts of the world that we alone never could. And that is why we need to communicate. But then again, those are just my wacky thoughts. What's up? Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post. I hope you also like the way the video looked today. I got a ring light for my birthday, which is awesome. So I'm finally able to choose the setting of my wacky thoughts a bit more. And I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I think that's all I had to say. I'm gonna go drink some tea because I'm very close to losing my voice. I love y'all and deuces. And I definitely haven't checked them out all from words. Okay, let me try that again.